Good afternoon, Santa Clara. I'm Mayor Lisa Gilmore. Thank you for joining us today on Mayor at Noon. Our show focuses on the impacts of COVID-19 on the community, and you'll have an opportunity to ask us questions live. This week, Santa Clara County moved us into the yellow tier, the less restrictive of the state's blueprint for a safer economy. This is a step towards hope and progress in the fight against COVID-19. We did this together with thoughtful leaders in Santa Clara. We encouraged the community to stay vigilant and safe during the pandemic. One of these influential groups is the Muslim Community Association, located right here in Santa Clara. The Bay Area is home to one of the largest Muslim populations, with over 250,000 Muslims making up about 3.5% of the Bay Area population. And that was according to a 2013 study, so I'm sure the numbers are even higher than that. The Muslim Community Association, and I'm going to hereinafter refer to them as the MCA, is home to one of the largest mosques in the nation. Today, I am honored to have Dr. Mohammed Nadim, the president of the MCA, on our show. Welcome, Mohammed.
Thank you, Lisa. Thank you so much. This is such a privilege and an honor to be here.
It's an honor to have you. I'm going to talk a little bit about you.
Okay.
Mohammed is a proud Santa Claran living here with his family. I think you have lots of kids, too.
I do.
You do, you do. In addition to serving as the MCA president, Mohammed is a Fulbright scholar and a distinguished professor at the University of San Francisco School of Management. He engages students daily. He has served on our Civil Service Commission here in the city, the Mission City Community Fund, where he was the founder of our Mission City Community Fund Foundation.
Thank you.
Ann Kempner told us about that 2 weeks ago.
Thank you.
The Rotary Club of Santa Clara and the Santa Clara City Library Foundation and Friends. I am pleased to welcome Dr. Mohammed Nadim to our show. So again, welcome, Mohammed. It's really a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you, Mayor Gilmore. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you so much.
Okay, so the first question I have for you is, what compelled you to get involved with the community, with the busy life you have with all your kids and your job and your volunteer work? What really compelled you to get involved?
So Lisa, right from my high school days, I have always been involved with the community. In fact, at the student clubs, I was very involved. When we came to Santa Clara,
When was that? When did you come to Santa Clara?
Back in 1992.
92, okay.
It's almost 29, 30 years now.
Yeah,
wow. We were looking for opportunities to serve the community. I'm very passionate about making a difference in the lives of the people. And especially those days, the community was so small. I really feel that the experience, the service that we were able to do in those years has really helped me professionally, personally. And I like to be engaged with the community. I have served in different capacities at MCA and, as you mentioned, other places.
Yeah, we learned earlier.
Even as a faculty member, I serve on the faculty senate at the school. You can see that that's my passion.
Right.
Whenever I see an opportunity to serve,
you jump right in, don't you? That sounds like it. You're one of those people who just.
I love to help and support the community.
That's wonderful. So many of us know about Muslim Community Association, the MCA.
Yeah.
I'm very familiar with the MCA, but can you give us a brief history of the MCA and the location here in Santa Clara?
Absolutely. So we are located on the Scott Boulevard, just about a mile from here. MCA actually started back in 1980-81. So again, 40 years now. 40-year history now.
Right.
We started as a very small community of 75 to 100 people. And those days, if you remember, that was the days of Silicon before it became the software and internet and social media valley.
Right.
And because of the influx of so many people from all parts of the world, we felt that we need to offer more services and perhaps buy some new buildings to accommodate the growing community. And we were able to do this over the last 40 years. buy another property at the Scott Boulevard.
I was going to say, you didn't start on Scott Boulevard. You started
No, we
on
started
Catherine
on Catherine Street.
Right, Catherine and Pierce.
Exactly, which is very close to City Hall.
City Hall, right.
And that capacity was about 300 people, and we realized on every Friday, the number was just growing. People were praying, not just indoors, but outside on the parking lot.
Right.
So the demand for community was really immense, and we had to grow. And we did over the last few years.
And I'll ask you about that a little bit later, about all how you really have grown.
Yes.
And it's just an amazing story of the growth of the Muslim Community
Absolutely.
Association is just pretty tremendous. But it looks like you were elected president of the MCA right smack in the middle of the pandemic. Why did you agree to take on this position in these difficult times? Or did you miss a meeting and they nominated you? Like, what happened here?
So I was the president of MCA back in 2008 to 2010.
Oh, so this is your second term.
This is the second time. So, you know, I think the community was looking for someone who can bring people together, bring that experience into this challenging pandemic that we were going through last year and still are. And again, I think one of the things that actually has helped me is in an academic environment, I think it provides you some time so you not only are engaged in your professional life, but it gives an opportunity to serve in the community.
Like a
also.
little flexibility?
There is some flexibility.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, I choose my classes, my other services that I do. And I think as a community, we were very fortunate to go through this process together, which had impacted so many people, businesses, schools, jobs, and we tried our best to keep the community together over the last year.
Speaking of community, who are your community members? Tell me.
You know, MCA continues, and I say this everywhere where I go, MCA is not only a unique place, but a special place. Unique because we have people from all over the world. You know, we have 70 different nationalities. And this is unique. I don't think you can find in any mosque anywhere in the United States.
I would agree with you.
And simply because of this area, Silicon Valley, so many, Google, Microsoft, Amazon, people have come here for jobs. Special because these people are so talented from an education point of view, experience, skill set. So we at MCA feel that we are really lucky that we had this amazing group of people here in Santa Clara, in Silicon Valley, in the Bay Area. So it's a very diverse group of people that we have in our community.
So you have a huge, diverse group of people. So what happens when they come to MCA? What different components do you have there? I know you have a school. What else do you have?
So one of the things, I'll tell you, last week we had a person visiting from Seattle. And, you know, he stopped me in the mosque and introduced himself saying that, you know, I just came for some work. And then somebody said, you know, you should go to MCA for a Friday prayer. And he said, and these are his words, he said, the moment I saw this place and so many people, I want to move to Santa Clara. You know, this is such an amazing place. So MCA has a full-time school, Granada Islamic School.
Granada Islamic School. Is that K through high school? Kindergarten through high school?
Kindergarten to high school. Our capacity is about 490.
Okay.
We have anywhere from 30 plus in the kindergarten and 40 plus in the high school. So beside the Granada High School, we also have weekend school, Saturday school, Sunday school. The idea is to provide these educational services to our growing community here in Santa Clara. And you know, many of the people who come for either for Friday prayer or these schools, they all don't live in Santa Clara, so they all come from all parts of the Bay Area, as far as Fremont.
A magnet for Muslims everywhere.
Exactly, and that's the beauty of MCA, that it's not just the prayers, but the services that we offer.
A full service.
Full service institution, a very unique place where everyone find themselves at home.
So tell me, that's what makes MCA different from other organizations or faith-based institutions?
It does.
Is the full service aspect of it?
Yeah, it does, simply because, as I said, what we have here is the community. MCA is a building. MCA, we have few buildings. But what really makes a difference here is the people who come to MCA, and they want to serve, they want to be part of our community. And again, because of their talent and skill set, when we appeal for them, either financially or volunteerism, people are eager to serve. Especially, I've seen in the last 1 year, because of the pandemic, these people have been sitting home for a year now, and they are craving to go out and be with the people, be with the community, want us to do more programs and be engaged with the community. Yeah.
So, who does MCA support? Do you only support Muslims, or are you open to everyone?
No, this is a fair question. It's a wonderful question.
People ask me that all the time.
Absolutely.
I said, I think it's everybody.
No, absolutely. No, MCA is open. We are open to serve not just Muslim, but people around us, anyone. And this has been part of our goal and mission to offer services and support the community, whoever needs it. So this is not just restricted to the Muslim community. Our doors are open, especially Friday prayers. You've been there so many times. Those Friday prayers, anywhere people attend, in normal days, 2,000 to 3,000 people every single week. We offer services, Friday sessions. And you see that people coming from Santa Clara U, San Jose State, professors sending their students from religious studies or Islamic studies programs.
Right, you have people just observing, right? Students coming just to observe your prayer service.
Absolutely, and we have visitors from synagogues, from churches, temples, gurdwaras. Our doors are open. It's not only just on Friday, on any given day. We are actually a very welcoming community, and we are proud of that.
Yes, and I know that you were very involved so far during this pandemic, and I don't know, are these pictures up? Are we showing these pictures? Not yet? Okay, I know we'll get to some pictures, but tell us how the pandemic affected the way you deliver your services, because you are such a full service, almost like 24/7 delivery of services. What happened during the pandemic?
So a lot of things have happened during the pandemic. We were sheltered in place. The mosques were closed, both Catering and MCA locations. But despite that closure, we were offering full service, mostly online or digital programs, events, speakers.
To keep your people engaged,
Keep people engaged,
right.
To be associated with the mosque and the services. There are 3 specific things that we have done, and we continue to do. One is the food distribution. MCA has partnered with a wonderful organization here in the Bay Area. It's called Support Life Foundation. Mm-hmm. Every single Saturday, we are offering free food, groceries to anybody, regardless of whether
Every Saturday?
Every Saturday.
Still happening?
It's still happening and continue to happen.
Wow.
We deliver 18 tons of food at different mosques here. MCA is the hub with the Support Life Foundation. And again, as I said, food, you just come in, take the food, so you will see, if you come on any Saturday, you'll see a line of cars. People don't even have to get out of the car.
Is there a registration, or are there no questions asked?
You can come, you can register, or if you don't register, you still come and get the 2 boxes of food, which suffices for at least 2 weeks. Yeah. And hundreds of people. And we are partnering also with Second Harvest Food Bank. So it's an amalgamation of 2-3 different organizations coming together. But it's just mind-boggling that here, you and I, we live here in Santa Clara, Silicon Valley. You would think that every single person works for Google and Microsoft and Amazon. That's not true.
That is, I agree.
I'll tell you, Lisa, there are tens and hundreds of people who are just looking for food. And that's just mind-boggling that what a pandemic has done. So we at MCA, we're very proud that we are able to offer support to at least to food to anyone who is in need. We also, the way we have structured this program is not just a need-based. We are saying that we are trying to help our brothers and sisters and community members. So we are saying you're not alone. So their dignity, their honor is not hurt.
The loneliness aspect of the pandemic is a huge part of it.
Absolutely.
And people feeling so disconnected with their community.
Exactly. And the other thing we're doing is vaccination. For the last few months, we have done very recently one. And we had only 200 vaccines from Johnson & Johnson, and then about 600 people showed up.
I think we're going to have a picture of that coming up,
We have pictures of that.
Yeah, we'll have a picture of that coming up.
So the response from the community, not just the Muslim community, overall Santa Clara, and people came actually from far-off places also, from Gilroy, from other places for vaccination. And we will offer more vaccination clinics in the coming weeks, because I know that with the reopening of middle school and high school, they all need to be vaccinated.
Right, they're talking about this program now for 12 to 16.
Exactly.
So I was going to ask you, is the Granada Islamic School going to be participating in that?
Yeah, so as a whole, not just the school, as a whole, we will be offering this service to Granada and other nearby schools.
Wonderful.
And I know parents are waiting for the children to be vaccinated as soon as possible before the fall begins.
So I'm going to ask you, you have such an engaged community, and you provide so many resources, so many. How does MCA finance everything you do for the Santa Clara and larger community
Excellent question, Lisa. So fundamentally, our funding comes from our membership, whether they are registered members at MCA or they just come to MCA. We recently did a big fundraiser in the month of Ramadan. And we are actually, the reason I say unique and a special place, we are really fortunate we were able to raise about $1 million in the month of Ramadan. People are coming, people want to give to MCA to support the programs and services. So we don't accept any foreign money, we don't accept any money from any overseas individuals. The whole MCA operations is run by local community. And this has served us for the last 40 years,
giving.
So this will continue to serve. So the funding is completely locally based funding for MCA programs. And one of the things
that's how much people believe in the MCA and the organization.
It's a level of support, level of trust that the community has.
You've developed that over the decades.
Yeah, it goes back to 30, 40 years. One of the other things that I wanted to mention as part of funding is because of the closure of MCA, although we were offering online programs and services, we were almost at the verge of about 3 to 5 months of shortage of funding. But then things opened up and Ramadan came, so we're good now.
I think many institutions and nonprofit organizations experience the lower level of funding because people are more apt to give when they're in person.
Right. And the other thing that, Lisa, that happened is even the government funding helped us, the PPP, Paycheck Protection Program.
Right.
So we were able to apply and then got the forgiveness, and then we applied again. So that has helped at least the Granada Islamic School and the other services of MCA tremendously. We are very grateful for that.
So I know you've done so many things during the pandemic, the food distribution, the vaccine, and I think we have some pictures. Maybe you can talk us through some of these, Mohammed, as we show them.
Yeah, so these are the pictures.
Nice photo of you, I see that.
Support Life Foundation. You see people are helping. And then you see that in the back you see.
Oh, look at that line back
There's a huge line of 500 to 600 people. And then the food distribution that we do on Saturdays and some other days also. And this has really brought the community together for them to go through this pandemic together. So these are some of the pictures that we are doing. And Lisa, the other thing is, it's not just the MCA and the Support Life Foundation we offer these services. We have partnership with other local Muslim mosques and organizations. We have a shade program. They also do the Feed the Hungry and so many other things. MCA is involved in having a partnership with local mosques and the Muslim organizations.
Right, wonderful. I can't get over that line for the vaccines. Wow.
Yes.
So let's talk about the holy month of Ramadan.
Right.
And what happened this year, especially with your daily prayer service that happens every day during Ramadan.
Right. So this year was slightly different, and the last year too, because of the pandemic. On any given night in the month of Ramadan, especially, we get anywhere from 2,000 to 2,500 people.
It's amazing the number
It's just
of people,
amazing, right? The people come and go.
Every night, every night.
Every night, average 1,500 for sure. But this year, because of the pandemic, we were limited to 50% capacity. So one of the good things we did was we opened not only indoors, but outdoors. So we just remove all the cars from the parking lot. So huge, and MCA is 90,000 square feet. It's a huge place. So we were able to accommodate a lot of people who wanted to come and pray in the month of Ramadan. So we were averaging anywhere from 600 to 800 people on a given night.
Even with your social distancing
Social
and
distancing,
everything?
fully masked. Thank you for bringing this up because we were very strictly following county
And you have
guidelines.
the entire time, during the entire pandemic,
Absolutely,
the Muslim
absolutely.
Community Association followed the health orders to the T.
To the T, to the
It
letter
was
and the spirit
fabulous.
as the county directive we were following.
In turn, your community's staying healthy and safe.
We were, and all these programs and events in Ramadan, two additional things we did was we opened a bazaar for our community on a Saturday, and then we did the Eid festival to celebrate,
Right.
and about 3,000 people came. So the whole month of Ramadan, we had event-free, no COVID, nothing, very healthy, because we were very strict with social distancing and face masks. And the other thing what's happening we see now is more and more people are getting vaccinated.
Right.
So I am fully vaccinated. You
I
are,
am
many
too.
others, right?
Yes.
So that is helping the community to stay healthy.
And feel safe and
You
feel
feel safe.
confident to be with
Absolutely.
your community
Right,
members.
right.
I know that every year, I have looked forward to the community open house
Yeah.
at MCA.
Yeah.
And I believe it happens the last week of Ramadan. What's in our future for the open houses? I
Right.
know through the decades I have gone to them, and
Yeah.
every year members of the community
Yeah.
that are not Muslims have gone to this
Right.
event, and it was getting bigger and bigger every year.
Right,
So
and-
when's our next one? We
Right.
want our
So
open
Lisa,
house.
as you mentioned, you have been part of those open houses so many years, and we are very proud of such a program that it brings about 600 to 700 people.
It's amazing, yes. And the
food is amazing.
pretty fabulous.
The community at large is amazing.
And the speakers that you have.
The speakers
Yes.
and the people come from different walks of life. So we
Right.
were not able to do last year, also this
Right.
year. But we are hoping and planning to host an open house. If the governor opens up and the county opens up in June, perhaps in the month of July, we're still in the planning stages to have an open house during the Hajj season, the pilgrimage that the people go to Mecca.
When is that? Is that like
That's
October?
around July 19th and
Oh, in
20th.
July. Okay.
So around that time frame, if things open up, we will definitely invite you in the city and then the people around us to this open house, because we are very proud of this. And this has served us for the last 30 plus years. And we always get amazing feedback that, we open the doors and invite people. And Lisa, because of this, I also wanted to say that over the years, the city of Santa Clara, particularly the city council, has been so supportive of our programs, permits, so many things that we continue to do and expand. I particularly and our community really, really grateful for the tremendous support that we had and the working relationship we had with the city council and the city of Santa Clara.
Well, the MCA is a huge part of our community, and you've grown with us
Yeah.
in the community, and it's just wonderful to see everybody, feeling safe there
Yeah.
and going there,
Exactly.
and the welcoming that we receive
Right.
when members of the community
Yeah.
do go to MCA
Absolutely.
for whatever function. You're always so welcoming and so gracious to everybody, because
Absolutely.
you're a huge part of what makes us
We
successful
are all in this together.
here in the city.
Yes.
And so I think that's pretty wonderful. So now, because we're running out of time, do we have any comments or questions from Facebook? And hopefully they're all for Mohammed. Some tough questions. Okay.
I'm here.
Poisonous 79. We went to the Eid festival at MCA, and we are from Fremont. Love it. Thanks to MCA community for offering all these programs.
Oh, awesome. Thank you, Asnia. Thank you so much for that comment.
Jay Byron, well done, Mohammed and Lisa.
Thank you, Byron.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for all you do, Dr. Nadim. Linda from Mariani's. We all know Linda from Mariani's.
We know Linda. Thank you, Linda, so much for your comments.
Yeah, so those are some pretty nice comments, and I know that people will watch this later and realize, because I think that you're very humble in a lot of ways, and the MCA is very humble, but when we really drill down and see everything that MCA does for the community in a very humble way,
we do.
That's why we wanted to highlight the organization and the community, because you do help us in so many ways, and never asking for anything in return.
Thank you so much, Lisa.
And I think it's wonderful. So I always like to conclude the program, Mohammed, with a request or a call for action from you. So on behalf of MCA, what would you like to leave with our viewers today?
Absolutely. Thank you, Lisa, again, for such an opportunity to speak with you this afternoon. One of the three things. One, I think, is...
See, I said one, but you want to give me three. Go ahead.
One of the things that I always request our community members and people in Santa Clara and around is MCA is open. Doors are open. This is your community. This is your center. Always, anytime you think of coming to MCA, please do. We are always looking for volunteers. We are always looking for mask tours to provide.
We give tours. I was going to ask you that, because so many people have asked me about that.
We do mask tours. And the other thing is we offer financial assistance, regardless of Muslim, non-Muslim, doesn't matter. On a weekly basis.
This is a really important point for the community.
Especially in the pandemic, we offer counseling services. And we have subsidized schooling for people who are looking for help. So, if you have something in your mind, you need something from MCA, please stop by, send us an email, go to the mcabayarea.org. We are here to help and support. And as I said, we are part and parcel of this fabric of this Bay Area community in Santa Clara, United States. So we're all in this together, and we're happy to help and support.
That's really wonderful, and I want to thank you so much for being such a fabulous guest today on Mayor at Noon. And I think we're going to have a slide that shows information on the MCA and how you can visit the MCA through their website. And in case anybody has any questions or needs financial assistance or needs counseling or needs help in any way, it needs food or information on vaccines, you're like your own full service organization. And I think that's what we wanted to get out to our community today.
Thank you so much.
But thank you so much for taking the time out of your extremely busy schedule to join me. So that's all the time we have for Mayor at Noon. Join us for Mayor at Noon on June 4th, which is 2 weeks from now, with my special guest, Anna Vargas Smith, with the Santa Clara Parade of Champions. I know we all want to hear what's happening this year. So until next time, be well, Santa Clara.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mohammed.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, City of Santa Clara.